All right, YouTube, what is going on? It is Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers back with another episode of Zaya&TheSteelers. I'm actually not sure what to call this. And we're joined once again by Brenden. Welcome back to his second episode on the
Hello.
channel. Yes, Brenden, hello. So, obviously, if you guys saw my last video, the last video I uploaded was the Patriots game, kind of post-game reaction. Very initial thoughts of the game, right there. But now I wanted to use this video to kind of longly talk about the Steelers and longly talk about the problems that we're facing. And Brenden, what did you take from this last game? Because we didn't get your opinion in like the post game reaction. What do you think? What do you make of this?
Well, as someone who, no matter how bad it seemed to get, I never got on the fire Tomlin train. At least
Oh, we're
seriously.
there.
If I ever said that, I was joking. But as of right now, after losing back-to-back games to two-win teams,
We might not even be a minute into this, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
I I know, but it is like I may start to be like, hey, maybe we need it. I've always been scared of, who else are we gonna get? But man, this is just not it anymore. And this game in general, it was bad. It was bad. They made it competitive. Defense like locked it down a bit. The second half. In fact, I think they completely did. I think all the 21 points came in the first half. But
Yeah.
first of all, I don't know how the 21 points even happened. That literally more than the New England scored the entirety of three games. But everyone Bailey Zappi has to be Tom Brady, and Hunter Henry's Gronk all of a sudden. Juju gets revenge. I'm so tired of that. Even though the defense, props to them for the second half, the first half I just wish stuff like that wouldn't happen. And then Mitch, I he proved why he's a backup and why Kenny is starting over him. And like you can say all you want about Kenny, everyone, but today, nail in the coffin. Mitch is not better than Kenny.
Not better than
It's
Kenny.
not better than Kenny. He couldn't get it done today. He couldn't get it done after the Kenny went down in the Cardinals or the Jags game. He's wasting $10 million of our cap. I don't even know if he's a good backup anymore at this point. Because the only reason we got that one touchdown is because Miles Kilbrew,
Shout out to Miles Killebrew. Don't have the gunshots, but
big blocked punt.
big blocked punt.
Uh, but it
That
got us like, really close, pretty much in the red zone.
Miles Killebrew had a pretty rough game last week too, so that was cool to see him to be
Yeah.
able to come back and make that play. Uh, so yeah, man. So starting off with the Tomlin thing, definitely not going to be a lot of people happy with Tomlin at this current juncture. Going to be a lot of fire Tomlin. There's always been fire Tomlin though, and I think it's just been something that is so just outrageous, so like not going to happen that kind of gets put off. But there are the Mark Maddens of the world. There are the people of the world who have been kind of saying this, and we are now at the point where it's like, no Ben, okay, no team that was already built when you got there, because that's what everybody says is that team was already built. Everybody's gone, and then once again, no Ben. We've gone through three different coordinators now. It's Haley Fickner, and then Canada. We've gotten two different defensive coordinators after Dick LeBeau, of course. There was Keith Butler, and now there's Terrell Austin. And the defense, you talked about it. The defense locked it in, but the 21 points early is rough. And when there's stops to be made, it seems like we just can't get the stops. Unless we get a turnover, we are very good at that. We are turnover machines. But when you just look at the whole game, when you just take it as a whole, like it seems like we just get beat everywhere a lot of times. And sometimes it'll happen with the good teams where we'll just get super blown out, and it is what it is, a la 49ers, a la Texans. Are they a good team? Can I say that? But like
I think
going like the season before, the Eagles got us, the Bills got us. Like sometimes that'll happen, but then other times it's games like this now for back-to-back weeks where the Patriots, they, I don't know, maybe pride, maybe whatever, but they don't have, what do we have, 6 7 wins? They don't have that. They had two.
7.
They had two prior to this.
Mhm.
Their season is over with a loss. Their season is still over, but officially it's over with a loss. Arizona, same thing. The narrative about them is they're tanking, and granted, there was a Kenny Pickett injury, but we're just never ready. We are never ready for these teams. And offensively, I know Matt Canada instilled a system that we're still kind of running today because we can't just fucking up and start a new offense. But the fact that it even got to this point when we knew, like we knew Matt Canada's offense was horrible with Ben. His last no not he was there the year before his last year, right? Whenever Matt
Yeah,
Matt
pretty sure.
Canada's first year, like I could see it, but maybe not everybody
Well,
was
maybe
out.
not.
But I remember, was he only there for the last season?
I think because then the narrative was like he needs like a young quarterback. Ben's
Oh
too old for his
yeah.
play calling.
Um, but it's been shit. It's been shit, and it's it's
Mhm.
it's been shit. And today it was shit. But I guess we're spending all this time talking about Mike Tomlin. There is some other things to get to. Uh, the offensive line just isn't the best. Quarterback play, Mitchell Trubisky isn't the best. Kenny Pickett hasn't played the best. So I guess that's kind of working for Tomlin, but at the end of the day, someone takes the fall for it. Someone takes the fall for it, and I know Mike Tomlin definitely has taken blame before, like from Steelers fans, from Twitter commentators, from whatever you want to call it. He's definitely taken criticism before, but this seems like another situation where you just got to wear it. Like I don't think Mitch
Mhm.
played bad enough. Granted, some of these interceptions get caught by the Patriots. Then we're talking about something different. But I don't think Mitch played bad enough to where it's like we lost this game because of Mitchell Trubisky. You know, I don't think the defense played bad enough to where we lost this game because of the defense. I think Mason Cole played bad enough to where we can say Mason Cole, we lost this game because of Mason Cole. And granted, maybe not, but I'm just a little upset still. But yeah, like when it's a situation like that where you can't pinpoint, and Matt Canada's gone too. There is no Matt Canada excuse. Like someone has to wear it. Mike Tomlin, the coach, he'll wear it. I'm sure he'll embrace it, embrace our fears. We made the bed, we'll lay in it. Hell in December. Our standard is the standard. All types of quotes, all types of sayings. I'm sure we'll get. Uh, but yeah, man, like we're just in such a rut, and it's so unfortunate that we are this team, Brenden. Like not trying to slander the Steelers, not trying to say like we're this horrible team, but we can't even be honest sometimes because of the play that they have. Because this team is very capable to win the next four. Is that how many we have left? 4, 5,
Boy, yeah.
and we can easily win these next four and finish what 7 plus 4. That's 11. Finish 11 and something, and 11 wins. Not bad. Not bad. It's been that has been the standard. 11 wins, 8 wins, 9 wins, make the playoffs first round or get right there, and then we lose in the first round. That's been the standard for a little bit. Really, it's shaping up to be that exact season again. So honestly, if Mike Tomlin was a great coach, when he was doing all this, if he does it again, that means he's a great coach still, right? That's the predicament we always find ourselves in when we know this team stinks. This team stinks, and it might be the coach's fault. It might be the I don't want to say Khan's fault because like it's just his first year, but fam, we clearly are not ready. We clearly were not ready on the offensive line. We clearly are not ready at quarterback. Like I hate to say it, Brenden, especially with you here, but we know the play what it's been. We know Kenny Pickett hasn't looked the greatest. We know Mitch hasn't looked the greatest. We know Mason isn't the greatest. Like we're telling me we have 3 quarterbacks and not one of them can look decent. Decent?
That's the thing. I think I like that you gotta I if okay, so like all three of them, that points to coaching.
Right.
And I we haven't had the best offensive coordinator, and Mike Tomlin is a you mentioned this, he's a he's a defensive guy. Really I think the offense, the reins were really at Ben, so
Right.
we just need someone to help him out. We need better staff. Like it's not like in general, like there's not really like a like a position coach we have either. That's like, oh, this is like a
Mm-hmm.
really good person. Like this seems like a good coach here. Um, and our offensive coordinator, we need a new one. Like Mike
For sure.
Sullivan, no worries there. He's not taking over. If we hire within,
Ben. Ben or
I
nothing. There's not a
Ben
single
or nothing.
there's not a single coach involved with the Steelers right now that I would want
Yeah,
calling the offense because
Ben's the only one.
he's the only
Anyone
one.
else far away? I don't want. They don't even know where Pittsburgh is.
That's what
Never
I'm
been
saying.
there.
They go to Penn
First
State.
time ever. They don't even know about yins.
That's
The
what I'm
word.
saying. I'm bummed out. Like they don't even know what that means.
They don't even. They won't understand that video at all.
Because if there was anybody capable, like they would be there. If there was anybody
Hmm.
capable of making this offense better, if there was anybody capable of throwing the fucking ball to George Pickens, please, one time, please.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, we're at the point where throw interceptions to me. Like,
Yeah.
fam, if that's what it's going to take to get
Yeah.
Pickens the ball, because, and we see what's going on. I don't have the exact thing up, and it's just been the score here. I apologize if the visuals aren't necessarily the greatest right now, but I'm hoping our splendid voices can kind of carry. Um, it's gonna come where Pickens, he looked frustrated again, and rightfully so. We have these weapons. We have Pickens. We have Muth. We have Deontay. We have the running backs. We have two running backs. Not quite sure how the running backs did today. Kind of mid, honestly. Like I don't think we were really running the football. But
Yeah.
New England is like a good rushing team, our rushing defense team. I kind of figured that was gonna happen. Um, but at some point, like it can't just continuously be the player's fault. At some point, it cannot be Deontay Johnson's fault again. Like Deontay has been here the whole
Yeah.
time, and like, we've gone through the coordinators, we've gone through all this stuff, and like things just haven't changed. And sometimes he'll drop it, but I think Deontay, like when he gets the chance, he plays fine. When Pickens gets the chance, when the ball is thrown literally in the direction of Pickens, like typically he'll come down with it. And the one time when he didn't get his other foot down, it happens. But like typically he gets the like when the ball is thrown to him, he gets the ball. But we just can't even we can't even figure out how to do that. There's got to be someone out there, like an offensive coordinator, or just someone who's not a coordinator yet, but just like an offensive, like a wide receiver coach or like a quarterback coach, something like that. Like there's got to be someone who sees our team and is like, yeah, I can do this. Like sees it, and I'm at the point where, we're so far in the future with players I grew up with, that, fam, if we got to gut the team, if that's what it takes, like I can't keep doing this. I am tired of our offense being so mid. If we got to gut the team from Tomlin to we can't get rid of Watt or Boswell or Minka. But anybody else though, like if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes, man. Because it's been horrible, and we're saying all this, and really nothing's gonna happen. The only thing of relevance, the only thing that can save us right now. Well, right now, we just got to go on a crazy run. But in the future, because we're not going to get rid of Tomlin, like that's just not going to happen. We need Omar Khan to just be the most aggressive GM that has ever lived. Because, I maybe we have the players now. I know we have to fix the offensive line. We have to get a center. We have to patch some things on defense. But the offensive line to me is like the biggest, and maybe quarterback. But the offensive line to me is like the biggest. Fix this. Fix this and then couple it with a new offensive coordinator. And I keep saying coordinator. I meant to say offensive line. But we fix the line first, and then like a new coordinator comes in. Like that to me, bada bing, bada boom. We should just instantly look better. We can keep the same players. Like Kenny Pickett can still be there. We get some better O linemen, and the coordination is different, and we commit to the run. We should instantly look better there. Now, Khan, I need you to like not only find like an offensive coordinator, a la Matt Canada, a la Randy Fickner, a la fucking Temple, a la he lives in our backyard. No, fam. Like we need you. There's in games. I'm not sure if Madden has it, but in some games there will be like a budget set for certain things. Like let's say, the scouting department. How much do you want to put in the scouting department? It's a little slider, fam. All the way up, all the way to the right, all the way up. 100% goes into the next offensive coordinator. There is not a single thing more important outside of maybe a center. But I don't think those correlate. Like I think you can get both. Like we have to find somebody. In fact, like Matt Canada has been, once again bad for so long that we should have 2 years now of like trying to figure this out, of like who's our next guy, who's the guy we're gonna bring in to get this offense going. And maybe it'll be Ben, man. Maybe it will be Big Ben. Maybe it will be Chris Boswell. Maybe it will be Tomlin. Maybe Tomlin does like himself. Like, okay, it's me now. We will see. Um,
Uh,
but there is that point. There is that point that I'm sure Steelers fans are gonna bring up. I urge you guys to watch my last video and like watch this one just to see the differences, I guess, of tones. But I guess it's not over, man. I guess it is not over. But as I said in the last video too, like I guess the sun could just fall out of the sky and we don't wake up tomorrow. I guess the rain could turn into chocolate. I guess, the grass, it's green today, tomorrow it could be red. Somehow, some way there that is true. And saying that, I guess we can make the playoffs still. I guess we can still go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. We literally have the chance to do that. Um, but once again, I mentioned it. This team, this is the only team that is like horrible but good. This is the only good team that sucks. Like I don't know, man. I don't know what else to think. New England, congratulations, you got us again. Uh, we don't got to worry about football on Sunday though. I guess if we're if we're if we're watching for games, like we need Cleveland to lose continuously, right? We need Baltimore if they want to lose, Cincinnati to lose. Who else?
Low key, we may just want Baltimore to win now, so they
What?
can bench that last week,
Ah,
if that matters.
if that
They
man.
could, we could just, we tend to play down the backup quarterbacks. Wait, that's the thing. Like, what does like I can't be confident in another game again now. We lost back to back to 2-win teams. We lost 2 games, and they had those 2 wins. Like they had that amount of games, they've won all season. It's insanity. It's hard to even like think like, yo, this is we didn't force lost this in Madden. This is actually real life. This is actually like we lost these bad teams. And I'm gonna say this right now. This next game is at, I believe, at Indianapolis. I don't have the greatest of faith in it at all. Their new head coach, I
Yeah,
think, is
they've
an
been
offensive
rolling.
minded guy. It's Tomlin has struggled against, with, like the Miko Ryans, just Kyle Shanahan, the Cardinals guy. Like
God, I
Tomlin
wish I had
doesn't
some
seem to do.
gunshots. D'Amico Ryans on a Zaya and the Steelers video. Brenden, you know football, bro. That is true. We do be getting gashed by these offensive coaches. That is absolutely right. Uh, and the Colts are
it,
rolling, and they haven't beat us in a
Mhm.
while. That's probably the Riz. We're
Going
very
for playoffs
vulnerable.
too.
Going for playoffs. It's Mitchell Trubisky. Very spooky, man.
Spooky.
Very spooky, man. But once
Away
again,
game as well. Can't even win at home against a bad team.
like, did you see the stadium? Like, apparently it was pretty like not filled, and apparently
Yeah,
tickets were cheap. Like it was
yeah.
bad.
So it's $35. What happened? I mean, like I get we just lost, but like no one wanted to go prior to that.
Yeah, that is kind of
Or, like
crazy.
no one had.
Was the
That
weather
was
bad?
crazy.
Was it cold? Like, what is?
I don't think. Someone said it was a nice day. Someone said yellow end zone's a nice day.
Damn.
By the way, Color Rush and Yellow End Zone's debut, and that's the performance. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
By the way, I don't know how far we're into this. There's a whole train going by right now as I'm talking to, so hopefully you guys don't hear this. Brenden is on a phone using
I
headphones,
am.
and I cannot see the audio bar. And I'm just hoping this doesn't sound horrible. It's getting uploaded anyway. If it's horrible, then I'm sorry. But just throwing that out there too. Um, but yeah, to tie it all back, Brenden, like you're saying, it's hard to be confident. But like, aren't we this team that does this? Like, aren't we this team that like literally ground zero, literally 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe at this point when we played the Packers and it was Ben's maybe last year, and Juju was having a Juju game, Ben was having a Ben game, bad passes, 1-3, the fall of the Steelers. We fucking eat and make the playoffs that year, I think. So once again, very well could happen. Confident Steelers fans, we're like, what should I be feeling right now? Like what? Because Brenden, I really feel like this is why you're here too. Because if it was just me left alone to my thoughts, man, we would be the San Diego Steelers right now. Because I don't know how to get rid of this funk, but um fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Pretty much just like I don't know what to find, what to draw hope from. Oh, I've been like very confident that's I've been very optimistic this season. I think, especially if you guys watch me on Ascent Sports and Ben Brenden just before I even made videos, like we're friends. I'm typically like a negative Steelers guy. I think, like I'm typically the season's over,
Hmm.
and the fact that it's over now in week whatever, and we got blown out by the Texans in like week 3, that was probably a sign. Hey man, spooky. Like, and granted, the Texans are a great
Yeah.
team. They're a good team this year. I shouldn't say great, maybe great. I don't know, but they're good. But it's just the fact of like, fam, we showed up with nothing. Fam, we played a whole first half against New England with nothing today. I think Deontay scored like with 2 minutes left, but you know what I mean. Like it was nothing, no urgency. Arizona, we're at the goal line, so maybe we get there, but like same kind of deal. Like no urgency, no nothing. Like if Brenden playoff game, Cleveland Brown, bad snap. One thing goes bad for this team. Like if if George Pickens doesn't have the perfect breakfast, we lose. If the wind, like, okay, it's supposed to go to the left 9 miles per hour. If we get out there and the wind is actually going to the left 8 miles per hour, whole game plan is fucked. Whole game is done, bro.
Literally,
We take the the
it
the,
is
the
insane.
slightest bit of adversity and we just crumble. We fall apart, bro. We start on defense. The opposing team runs play action once. The first play, we're done, cooked because we went all out for the run and it's 60-yard pass, and we'll never recover from that. We'll never recover from that. Low key, we never recovered from this New England game because we lost. We never recovered from the 3 touchdown deficit. We never recovered from the Juju like first play of the game 40-yard pass. Never recovered from it. Just unbelievable, man. But we still are black and yellow. We still have pretty cool jerseys. We still have 6 rings. 4 of them were in this a long time ago. 2 of them were at this point kind of long ago now. Tomlin does have a Super Bowl appearance too, against the Packers. He has 3. He has 3 appearances, 2 wins. So no, I lied. He has two appearances. Am I? Yeah, 2 appearances,
I
1 win.
think
2
yeah.
appearances, 1 win because the Seattle was Cower. I for some reason used to think that was Tomlin, but no, that was Cower. But fam, we haven't won a playoff game since 2016. It's about to be 2026 tomorrow. Like that's how fast time moves. Like the sense of urgency is on.
Yeah.
Time is running. I really hope we get the guy. I really hope we get things together.
9-8 and a playoff appearance, not a win, is not
It's
gonna
a
do
fail.
it for
It's not
fans.
not
Like,
gonna do
it's
it.
not gonna do it.
We need a
Like
playoff win, man.
it's a playoff winner. A playoff win at this point. Like I don't know. Like that, Mike Tomlin is in a hole, and like he always talk about the standard is the standard. This is who we are. This we get like do it.
Right.
Be who we are. Like it's been like you can talk confident all you want. I've Ben said, when we were losing games 11-0, relax. Where did that lead us? Nowhere. We lost the Browns.
We did.
Uh, we need more than just chatter. We need action. We need to see things, or people are gonna get frustrated, and this is the frustration. Everyone's saying fire Tomlin. We just mad. Like this is a bad spot to be in for Steelers fans, and we get to enjoy Steelers football on Sunday, but every quarterback gets compared to Kenny Pickett,
Oh my
unfortunately.
god,
Um,
bro. Who do we? Bailey
but
Zappi?
Bailey Zappi,
He
yeah.
better than? Is he?
I don't know, maybe I had 3 touchdowns. Kenny didn't do that,
He had
and
3 touchdowns tonight,
yeah,
throwing all 3 of them.
throwing all 3 of them.
My
One was a Mickey one to Zeke though, like he
Yeah,
ran
yeah,
it
I did.
in.
That was the first one. Fam,
Hmm.
it's like it's even that. It's even like, fam, we can't even just get a bone. Like we can't even just have Kenny do
Yeah.
good once. Like not
Yeah.
only is our line gone, not only did Antonio Brown go crazy and collapse the killer bees, not only did Le'Veon sit out, not only is Ben gone, not only did we let go of Mike Hilton, not only did we let go of Cameron Sutton, all of this. Fam, Kenny Pickett has 6 touchdowns in 100 games. And every single fucking quarterback who has ever touched the field this year has more than that. Every time. Fucking Jake Browning,
Literally.
amazing. Bailey Zappi, amazing. Mac Jones gets put in next week, probably will have 3. It's like every single person just does it, and then Kenny can't do it. And then Kenny doesn't play, and we still stink. So it's like, how can I put all this on Kenny? So I can't even just be like, fam, we get a new quarterback, rizzed. You can't even, there's just so many weird problems. And I don't know. The problems, like, too, they just never really seem to be like just need. Because like we talk about the defense, like man, we need some corners, but somehow, some way, the defense will be the best defense in the league for like 2 straight weeks, 3 straight weeks. We need that. We need an offensive line, and then all of a sudden, like we're running the ball for 7 yards a carry. All of a sudden, they just works. All of a sudden, Mason Cole, like it's right there. So I don't know, and I know obviously you can't be perfect every time, but I just feel like the Steelers is just like 9-8, beautiful 9-8. Every single, it just represents it perfectly. 9-8. We're a 9-8 team. We're like the best worst team ever. We're the worst good team. But yeah, Brenden. Before we get out of here, just kind of future thing. Our first round pick. What position do you get? Go.
I think it has to be center. It's gonna be a not a good pick, but like I I think some people say quarterback, and I'm not a completely opposed. Yeah, I know, me, big Kenny Pickett fan, big believer still, but I'm not completely opposed to getting a quarterback at some point, just not at pick one, unless there's someone that just really really feeling, maybe, I don't know, but I think you at least get Kenny one season with a new OC. I'm seeing the problems that Canada has and the scheme has, because once again, George Pickens is not targeted. Mitch was the quarterback, so it's the scheme that's not targeting for whatever reason. And just stuff like that. I just gotta see it, and see if that first round pick was not wasted. And then corner, like, maybe that's probably my second option. Like I've mentioned before, maybe we reunite Kalen King with Joey Porter Jr. But I maybe, but I think I don't want to get too hyped, but there is Corey Trice.
Right.
Maybe he's something. I think maybe that there's enough to maybe wait to the second round. Corner definitely needs addressed, and it depends on what they do in free agency. But I think this center, like an O lineman, like got to develop, got to draft, and Mason Cole's just not it. There's so many passes, snaps that skidded across the ground almost. I think that may be one of our biggest needs,
Mm-hmm.
and everything else is just like I think isn't first round important or can be addressed in free agency. Like wide receiver, like I think we should add a wide receiver at some point,
Right.
but probably I wouldn't say first two picks, definitely not. Maybe third round pick, or maybe get someone in free agency that like is a free agent. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, there's a few ones. And if we want to go like really like like Mike Evans, but like he's kind
Hey,
of
big what? 11 straight years, a thousand yards. Hell
yeah,
yeah, big Mike
maybe, or
Evans.
T Higgins, younger. But
Hey, Brenden, let's calm down here.
what,
T
what,
Higgins,
what,
man.
what?
The Cincinnati guy. You know me and
He's
my
not having the
Bengal,
best
my
year.
Bengals
He's not
chair.
having.
I should be all hype about T Higgins. By the way, it's red and black. It is red and black. I forget who. There's always someone who comments. It's the same person too. If you comment on this one, brother, I'm right here live to defend myself. It is red and black, brother. T Higgins, we don't need him. And Brenden, you mentioned corner. You don't think Patrick Peterson got one more? One more year.
To be fair,
He's played okay
it
recently.
hasn't. Recently, it's been better. It's been better.
What about Levi?
Did Levi Wallace get benched? I haven't even like heard him.
Maybe, I think
Or
so.
seen him on
It's
the
either that or
field.
like hurt. Slay. It's probably like a mix of like both though, like hurt
So yeah,
slash like bench they
yeah,
game.
I think, corner is not a. I don't think a first round pick for me. I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it, but I think we should go center.
Are there like banger centers that you can think of? I know you're kind of a college guy. Can you like?
Um, not honestly, not really.
Mm-hmm.
O linemen are just kind of like, like, oh, I kind of just big trust with the O linemen. Like, oh, they're saying this guy's good because like I'm not like watching like
Yeah,
tape or
yeah,
anything, and
yeah.
like
That's
it's
how it
a
always.
well,
Yeah,
yeah.
fam. Broderick Jones, Paris Johnson, Darnell Wright, Peter Skoronsky, all of them. I was down for all of them. Like they're all good,
Literally.
and I don't think they're not all good, which is the crazy thing. Like there is things with that, and also you know we keep talking about the line and just like how bad they play sometimes. Mason Cole, like specifically, maybe a new O line coach as well. I know that's been talked about before.
Yeah.
To be honest, like I Mike Tomlin. I like Mike Tomlin. I love Mike Tomlin. That's been my coach. Uh, I don't want to necessarily stand on like the fire Tomlin thing, but we might just need to gut coach like from Tomlin to Mad Gum, Dan Smith. You know, we might just need to do that, bruh. We might just need to do that, man, because just where we're at, it's like it seems like we definitely need a new OC for sure. Like we don't even have an OC right now. It's like 10 people doing it.
Yeah.
Not fam. It is Thanksgiving dinner for the offensive coordinator, and not one of them can cook up a good play. This is what I mean. It has to be
Not
outside.
one.
So we
Absolutely the outest of sides.
new OC, low key new DC, low key, but like not low key. But like depending on all the shit going on, might not get noticed. But need a new offensive line coach. Shit,
Mm-hmm.
we got 15 quarterbacks and none of them are good. Need a new quarterback coach. Like you do, when we
We
think
need
about,
like everything,
we
yeah.
literally
Like
need
the
everything,
staff.
or we don't.
Because like these players, like it doesn't seem like they're bad. Like if you say our offense, we had Naj, Jalen Warren, Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, Muth,
Muth,
like Darnell Washington. Like it doesn't seem like there's like bad play. It's like, but like sometimes it's just like
Connor Hayward,
we're just still not doing anything.
hurdle. Fam,
We
Connor
just
Hayward almost threw an interception tonight. I
that
said Connor
oh my
Hayward with the
goodness.
hurdle. But yo, fun story, fun story, fun story. And Brenden, this is a story to the audience, not for you, but you'll be a part of it. I like felt deep down in my soul that Darnell Washington was going to score tonight. And fam, they really did try it. They really did try it. There was the one pass from Mitch that was close, and then Connor tried to get him it there. Literally a little more. Literally, I know Connor, you are not a quarterback, but like literally anything, bro. Like any kind of different throw, any different player, different glove, different wind outside. Like literally anything else happened, and that was a touchdown. But just unfortunate. Got almost picked off, and yeah, just fun. Like I mentioned it to Brenden earlier in the day that I thought Darnell Washington was going to score today. Maybe next week, maybe we will continue to try to like use him in the passing offense. I know he's been a pretty good blocker. Speaking of that too, have you heard maybe we move him to right tackle? Have you seen that one?
I haven't,
I've seen
but
that, and I mean, like he's good at blocking, so like I get it, but I don't know. I'm not necessarily there yet. Like I think we should still give him a chance at tight end just to like, maybe that's there. But if he's not ready, yeah, and it's only been like 8 games, but if he's just never gonna be like this dual kind of guy, then maybe we focus it in all on blocking because he is very good at that. And honestly, like I don't think there should be a play where he's not on the field
yeah.
because of like what he can do for blocking wise. Like I know, guys, you know what, fam? What are we like 20, 30 minutes into this? If you guys are still listening, you're a real one and you deserve these takes. We should trade Muth. Like we should. We should literally trade Muth to
Okay.
get a second, maybe because this is and everybody this I'm saying this because this is what everybody else says. I've kind of had these takes. Muth is solid, he's great, but if he's this great tight end that everybody says he is, fam, Connor Hayward did pretty good when in. Darnell, is there. There's potential there. I feel like we have somebody else too, but I'm just thinking of him, or I can't think of him. I don't know. Maybe just thoughts. If we need to recoup some picks, if we need extra picks, or we don't trade Muth, then whatever. But all that to say, Darnell Washington should play more in general. Hopefully he can become more of a pass catcher. Hopefully Connor Hayward can become more of a quarterback because we might need him because we got a 3-pack of mid apparently. Just can't find one good quarterback. 4-pack of mid if you count Ben. 5-pack of mid if you count Dobbs before then too that we got rid of. 6-pack of mid if you count Duck Hodges too. When is the last time we had a good quarterback? Was it 2018? But when Le'Veon sat out, because the next year Ben gets hurt, and or 2017. I'm sorry. When did no, it was because 2019 was when Duck and Mason played, so it was 2018 where we kind of fell apart. But I think Ben was still vibing. Like I think
Yeah.
2018 has been the time since we've gotten like star quarterback level play, and we don't even I don't even think we necessarily need that right now. But
Hmm.
when Mitch comes in and like just looks like Mitch, Kenny hasn't looked the greatest. It's hard for me, man, to be excited about this team. Also, I can't see how long we're into this, but I feel like we are going for pretty long. I feel like we've said a bunch of things, Brenden, and have said nothing at the same time too. And I think that is this is exactly what the Steelers be doing. Like this is the exact
Yeah.
conversations that they have with the Roonies amongst themselves and all that. Like, and this is why nothing ever changes. This is why Tomlin never goes. This is why we're in this hole that we're in right now. But um, we're still Steelers fans. I'm not gonna switch up on the team. I'm still gonna ride this out. I'm still gonna make the videos. Still gonna make the podcasts and all that, and just hope for the best. But overall points, I am a little frustrated at this current juncture. I'm a bit spooked for the rest of the season. I'm very upset because in the preseason it seemed like we were going to be, not I didn't even like, it was kind of like ha ha ha, we'll win the Super Bowl. But like, fam, dropping to New England to win, not even to New England, but to two win New England, dropping to two win Arizona, and Mitch, like, fam, we're paying Mitch $10 million, and he's supposed to be this guy. Why? And that's why we signed him. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Once again, just overall frustrations.
That's what
But
I said on Twitter.
Twitter.
I was like, like Mitch, $10 million, like to be a backup. Like when the starter goes down, that's what you pay a backup for, to come
Right.
in and be able to win games like this against two win teams. Like you don't always expect a backup to win, like against, like like the Kansas City Chiefs or the Eagles or the Niners, but to two win New England, or to come back and like manage the game against two win the Arizona Cardinals, you kind of expect to do that. So, yeah, I think round like three, maybe beyond, maybe second, maybe you draft a guy, or you get someone in free agency, like I got like Jameis Winston or Teddy Bridgewater kind of vibe, or a Gardner Minshew kind of vibe, like someone who can come in and like play like better. Because apparently Mitch isn't it, and apparently Mason isn't it if he's third string over this, unless the Steelers are just that inept and like Mason is the goat. Like some people kind of act like that.
Yeah,
He's just like
the
the
biggest
greatest QB of all time, but he's
secret
third
weapon.
string behind Kenny and Mitch, and we've seen them play, but he's behind them unless they're just completely inept. But I think, um, if not, some may argue starting. I guess you could argue the objectiveness of that. But I think at least backup. I think QB is a need, and I don't know what we're gonna do with that. I don't know if you want to go down this road, but I stand on this business. So, but I'm gonna put you on this way. I know you mentioned maybe Kirk Cousins. You know, and like I know that would probably mean like you don't get Kirk Cousins for a backup. That mean Kenny starting, and I don't know. Maybe we need, like, Kenny to just sit. I know he's already older, so like sitting a bit longer isn't probably what he wants to do. What probably isn't like the best, but maybe at the end of the day, if he like could sit and learn behind Kirk Cousins, I don't know how many years he has of
Learn
good
behind
football
Kirk
left.
Cousins.
With a new OC, maybe that's the Riz. I don't know. But probably not though. But regardless, I just think we need to add a quarterback and cut ties with Mitch, because I think he proved it today. He just
Yeah, he just can't
he
do it.
can't do it.
Landry
Can't do it.
Jones territory.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Worse Landry.
really? Maybe. Mitch.
Landry beat a 13-3 Cardinals team.
Oh my God, I remember that game. That was he had like a pass to Martavis Bryant. I feel like that game, right? Or
Yeah.
Wheaton, one of them. That what a time,
Mm-hmm.
man! What a time. Here we are, fam. Can't score two touchdowns in one game. Like we got four with Landry ones. Michael Vick used to get touchdowns for us. This is just so unbelievable. We were just so in the
uh,
gutter. But Brenden, you mentioned the Kirk idea, and also it brings up a greater point of like, are we this win now team that like our defense seems to get paid like because
we,
go ahead.
I was gonna say our defense is win now, our offense is build for the future.
Right.
So it's very weird.
I think if we could get I think if we could get Kirk for cheaper, he is coming off injury as well. If we
Hmm.
could get Kirk for cheaper, I would be down for that. I'm still we've mentioned it a lot, but like I'm still not just totally out on Kenny. I'm just out on this current
Hmm.
season and like current season offensively, like of what we've shown, and like I don't want to see Kenny until things are completely different again, because
Yeah.
it's just gonna be more of the same. He can't throw multiple touchdowns, and like Mark Madden's killing him, and everyone's killing him. Like I don't want to see that. To be honest, like I'm just tired of Kenny getting slandered. We can slander Mitch all day, but like, come on, guys, not too much on Kenny Pickett. So maybe Kirk is the guy. Kirk for sure like starts over Kenny. Not like, and I would say Kirk is better than Kenny, yeah, but like just even on paper. But like Jameis
Hmm.
maybe is like on paper, but I think Jameis like that's a quarterback battle at least. And like
Hmm.
I don't know if
Oh,
Kenny.
that
What's up?
that's another thing. Like maybe like that kind of brings something out, and can you have like
Right.
challenging him for a quarterback battle? So that was another reason why I'm kind of very in favor of adding another quarterback this offseason.
Yeah, because Kenny fucking had it solidified because we feel good about having Mitch. So like Kenny like clearly was winning that
Yeah.
battle. So
Hmm.
Uh, that's another thing too. Kenny is so bad, but like the Steelers and we're this historically great team. Santa Claus, all this stuff. Like this, nobody seen it. Nobody was like, "Fam, we should get like Teddy Bridgewater at least." To like,
Yeah.
nobody like it was all just like, "Yep, it's Kenny. Yep, it's Kenny. Yep,
Uh,
it's Kenny." Everybody was scared. Nobody was gonna be like, "Hey, man, we maybe should trade Mitch and get somebody else because like he's not good either. Mason's not good. Kenny's not good. We have no good quarterbacks on the team." Not one person in the entire organization was like that. It's a little crazy to me. But
hmm.
I say all this, and then Kenny only has 6 touchdowns through however many games. He has more games injured than touchdowns. Essentially, I know that's not true, but that's the narrative. That's the tweets. That's what people say. So it is what it is. I am tired of playing defense. Steelers, get it together. Fix your shit. Hopefully, once again, final points. Hopefully, we can. I don't even know really what to wish for, but I guess the pride and the never say die. Like I hope we finish out the season the best we can and get that playoff win. But it's not looking like it. Very tough time. We will see how the internet reacts because I think it's going to be a very very interesting time to be a Steelers fan these next couple of days. But Brenden, you got any last things, last takes you want to get off your chest?
I just want to say, like, this is definitely probably the worst two-game stretch in recent Steelers history, if not in Steelers history, because that's
Yeah,
the thing. We've just made history, first over 500 team to lose to back like pretty much two-win teams. Um, so very unfortunate, but it could be worse though. We're
could
not
be.
in bad situations. Like yeah, I still think there's a reality where next season we get like a lit offensive coordinator and things just click. Like I still feel
Yeah,
like
like what was
there's
supposed to
could
hope
be,
that happened this year.
yeah, and it what kind of was happening in the preseason. Like
Yeah,
I still feel like can there is like we still have pieces. Um and I hope the pieces be patient because I don't know how many more times we're gonna see George Pickens get pissed he's not getting the ball and him
right.
like not gonna want to like leave. So a little worried, but yeah, I wish there was some little like like not as bad as Deontay's like fumble one, but like there's some plays that seemed like he was kind of taking off today.
I've
So
seen those. Yeah,
I mean, like the energy was draining for like fan, but as a player, I feel like you gotta keep your head in the game, especially when coming back. But yeah, I don't know, just uh, hopefully that doesn't become worse. But I mean, if it does, I guess we'll have to get through it. But yeah, there's still like a reality that like we've been saying this game, like maybe like we win some games here, get that playoff spot, and get I don't know about playoff. I can't really say that right now with losing
yeah.
to two win teams. But like sometimes Steelers are like week to week and like they get a win and make you feel like they're going to the Super Bowl, and but right now it feels like we're like number one pick worthy, but we only have 7 wins, so it's
Yeah,
impossible to get the number one pick. So that's the unfortunate bit. We gotta be in this together. A lot of us, some of us want Tomlin fired, some of us want like a complete new like quarterback, and Kenny benched and Mason in, and Kenny's hurt right now, but like a lot of different opinions, but we are all in this together as Steelers fans,
facts.
and we'll get through this,
Big
and
Steeler
better
Nation.
days,
Better
even if
days.
it takes a bit, better days will be ahead because we are the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we do not stay down.
We don't stay down. You're right. And Brenden, you know what's crazy? Yeah, you
What?
mentioned we're like the first over 500 team to lose back-to-back games to two-win teams. Is that we said like that's the stat?
Mm-hmm.
I was
It
reading
sound like that.
I was reading this stat and it's actually nuts. So for how long has Tomlin been the coach? Like let's say 14, 15 years, might be wrong.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So so for about 14 to 15 years, right? Tomlin's been the coach. And in that time, Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. So, you know, hey man, whatever that means, right? Anyways, I think that is going to do it from us here at Zay and the Steelers. If you guys enjoyed this, definitely leave a comment. Definitely go check out the initial reaction out of me because I feel like that was much more. Or if you're still upset, because this is gonna be uploaded like on the Friday day. Like if you're still like, man, I fucking hate the Steelers. Like if you're still on that wave, definitely go check out the last one. If you vibed the Brenden on the episode, definitely leave a comment for him. Uh, Brenden, your second start, man. Hey man, we here. Maybe you're the quarterback of
If
the
you want to
future.
see more, Ascent Sports.
Big Ascent Sports. Facts, yeah, we do that. Yeah, so definitely check that out. But yeah, I think that is gonna do it for me. Like I said, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. I make videos about the Steelers. If you're a Steelers fan, definitely stick around. I will see you in the future. And Brenden, will you see them in the future?
Hopefully, maybe.
Hopefully, maybe. Brenden and the Steelers? Maybe. Peace out.